How dare you allude to me? And after I called you those slurs and everything.
I did it out of love.
How dare you betray me after I called you those slurs and everything?
Honestly, in terms of woman I would actually date, it probably would it would probably be more interested in some in a chick sort of in between Yukiko and Chie. Ching, what are you at?
It's the baby shit. Oh my god. Oh. Well, I think you two would be good together. I know he's kind of immature sometimes, but you'd be happy with him, Riona-chan. Look, it's not gonna happen, Haruka-chan. I just can't see myself dating. Whoa! Oh, snap! Oh!
Great comment. Comment. She's not into you.
Oh, that's why she won't go on with the...
Genghis?
She's racist. Nah!
Oh my god. Dang, it's clipped.
I'm so fucking mad. I don't want to do golf. I just want to fight Joe.
Why do I have to do golf?
Why do I have to do golf? No, I just want to fight Joe.
Oh, man, Shangus went back to monkey. This is amazing.
He's been doing it for a bit.
Oh, come on, come on. This is it. This is it. Just keep spamming. Just keep spamming. Just keep spamming. Come on. Come on. No, don't you fucking put your shield up, you bitch. Come on. No, 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 no. Come on. Yes. Fuck you.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh, how long have we going now? About 2 hours? Okay, that's a good place to call it. Yeah! Okay, here we go! Yes! Alright, here we go! Yes! 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 Finally!
Jesus!
Oh my gosh, I hate this fucking stupid challenge!
James, for a split second, I thought I heard Mickey Mouse having an orgasm.
Yes! Oh, fuck.
Angus may now expel the angry diarrhea.
Oh, come on! Come on! Come on! Ah! What makes me special? I don't know, man. I'm just some Asian kid. Streaming to like 0 people. But you know what? I don't care.
I know how this goes. This is where that grit of yours kicks in.
Oh, okay, come on, come on, come on! Oh, yeah!
I always envied you.
Oh. Oh.
The freelancer who had it all.
Oh. Yeah! Oh. He's over there! Come on! No! It's a champion! Oh my gosh, he's doing a shield thing! Oh no! That asshole at the last minute did the shield thing! You fucking piece of shit! I hope God has a special place in hell just for you. Okay, gotta make my way back up. That champion's up there. Oh! Oh! Yes! Oh! Oh!
Excellent work. But the sorcerer
Yeah!
has destroyed the old Dryad time. Now give me the fragment.
Yeah!
Oh, wow. Damn. That was a big burp. Alright. But we're all weird, Chelsea. That's the beauty of it. You're weird. I'm weird. Nick's weird. Oh!
There we go.
There's a proper burp. Oh my gosh. God, that last burp though. I can't go over it. That was fucking pathetic.
If your weapon has double the strength of the enemy's toughness, you will do a whole lot of damage.
Wow. I didn't know
Each
that.
weapon has a different. I'm sure you didn't. Considering I've been. How you been?
Yeah, speaking how it took
Don't
you this
fucking
long.
patronize me, you bastards.
Yes, we are patronizing.
We have
Because this was
we have
so
told you
obvious.
several times over, so I'm trying to speak nice.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to speak like I'm fucking mentally disabled. Like, oh, did you? All right, Changus, did you remember? Did you remember that 2 + 2 = 4? Good job.
I'm glad you put him equal 4.
I still can't believe NSYNC is reunited.
I sunk in lava.
I love how you said, I'm not gonna watch this movie unless they reunite NSYNC. And then
Turns out they're reuniting NSYNC.
they reunite NSYNC, and then you still said, I'm not gonna watch this damn movie.
Well, it is now the 4th, everyone. Woo!
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. Today we celebrate the day we declare independence from those stupid British people. Where we go, hey, you Brits, guess what? We don't like being taxed without your representation. We'll tax ourselves to death, because at least we'll have representation.
Fuck. Hey, remember when Disney tried to copyright a cultural holiday?
What?
And they
Which one?
Day of the Dead.
They did?
They tried to.
Why?
Coco.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm not.
They tried to copyright the Day of the Dead for Coco.
They did. They definitely tried to do so. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. that is-
Games Workshop tried to copyright pauldrons with Roman numerals.
What?
remember when the Vine Bros tried to copyright the word react?
Role-playing night, blazes in lingerie, and meanwhile, Silver, dressed up in cardboard night outfit, just, alright, let's do this! Why are you dressed like that? Why are you dressed like that? Well, you said we were role-playing! I thought we were, gonna, do, Dungeons and Dragons! Gosh, I can't have fun in any timeline.
Hold on.
Oh.
I can work with this.
I can work with this. Okay.
That night, the paladins played 2 things.
Stop fucking quiet!
You pressed that button as soon as I killed her. That's some fucking timing. Thank you, Megatron. I have stopped crying because of you. Just a quick reminder that I do have stream elements. There's a $50 monthly goal. You can tip, donate, etc., whatever you want to call it. You do not have to if you don't want to. Come on, man. That ain't cool.
Was led him by that house, Matchstick. Warrentown was denying his son the right to that house.
You know what? You know actually now you actually got me fucking curious now. I'm actually curious now. How is Mr. Biden doing in the polls? I don't give a shit. I like who wins. I just want to know how's he doing so far?
Like the funniest thing about with Joey is that people don't really like him, but we're now at this point in life where people, it doesn't really matter whether or not the commander-in-chief is likable.
Yeah.
It's the better than him-isms. Even though all their claims are kind of unfounded. But it's the thought that...
Let me look up his approval rating. I'm curious now. I gotta know. Like I'm interested. Ooh, approval rating went down. Oh no, Joe, you got work on your image, buddy. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You're
doing a wonderful life.
I don't think he can fix his image.
I don't think he's intelligent enough to fix his image.
Oh no, all he has to do is just star in another movie like It's a Wonderful Life. And there you go. Hey!
Maybe the closest thing he can do to really turn around is invade Yemen and actually take it off and kick their butts and leave.
Yemen?
Yeah, Yemen is currently doing piratical activity, annoying our boats.
Huh.
And you know how the U.S. feels when you touch their boats.
Oh, don't you touch our boats, or we're gonna send some boys over there to kick your booty. Ooh, don't you mess with us.
Our first foreign war is Thomas Jefferson getting really fucking ass mad about a bunch of pirates in the Mediterranean.
Oh.
So he sends a bunch of ships tiptoeing around.
Man, it seems like a lot of
Congress
it really
blow them up.
Wow. It really seems like in America's history, a lot of wars just start because, did you touch my boat?
Did you blow up my boat? Yeah.
Did you touch my boat? Maybe. Well, that's it, Buster. We're coming over to kick your ass. How dare you touch my boat?
The Spanish-American War started that way.
Kind of World War II, the Pearl Wars.
Pearl Harbor.
We destroyed half of Persia's navy.
You mean Iran?
Because Iran. Who cares?
Wait, did we go?
Same thing.
Wait, what middle?
The Iranians.
What Middle Eastern country did we go to over touching our boats?
Yemen. So
Yemen?
it's a country that is below Saudi Arabia.
Wait, so this isn't our first rodeo with Yemen then?
No. So our policy when dealing with powers that keeps annoying our boats is that we have this word, a proportional response.
Oh yeah, proportional. All right.
One of our biggest proportional responses is that Persia, Iran touched a few of our boats, and we slaughtered half their navy.
Holy shit! Wow, we are
By accident. We didn't mean to go that far, but they kind of just sucked.
Wow,
we wiped out half their navy in an afternoon.
Wow, we really don't like people touching our boats. Damn.
Yeah, we just don't like people to touch our property.
Did you touch my boat?
Did you touch my boat?
I think you touched
ships.
I think you touched my boat. Sorry, Buster. I'm gonna have to come over there and destroy half of your fleet.
Wait, did you touch the boat? Did you touch this shipment of this limited item I've been waiting for years for?
Did you? How dare you touch my boat, you bastard!
Do you know how long I've been waiting for that item?
Yeah. You're so happy for your Christmas gift, Chelsea. You could give me a big kiss, friend zone, preferably on the cheek. You got a boyfriend, Chelsea. And the lips are only for your boyfriend. But no.
Okay, so Changus, just to emphasize, do you know how many years of peace America actually has been in?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? No, isn't it like world peace in general? Like we had world peace in general for like 5 minutes and then everything went to shit?
No, there's never such a thing as world peace.
We had, in the 20th century, the total amount of world peace that the world was at war was 5 minutes.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. And again, 17 years out of our long history, is the only time we've been at real peace, where we haven't got any conflict, no shooting or whatever. We are basically the embodiment of the military-industrial complex.
The military-industrial complex. Are we being run by AI that old man's gotta disable by crawling through a fucking hot-ass tunnel?
Maybe that's actually the secret behind the Biden administration.
Oh, we got a little jab at the current administration. Ooh.
It's a Deus Ex was not an instruction manual. Don't make this happen. It's not true.
Okay, this is the last time. This is the last thing I want to say about Mr. Biden. I'm just curious. What actual accomplishments, like actual good accomplishments, has he done in his current term? I want to know. Like objectively, like what's an actual good thing he's done? Like, hey, Mr. Biden, that's not bad what you did there. Good job, Mr. President.
Okay, what has Biden
staying alive?
accomplished?
He's staying alive so that his vice president doesn't take over the presidency.
Alright, so according to the White House, this is his accomplishments.
Alright.
And by the way, these are so broad, and prepare to laugh.
But I don't care. I just want to know what actual good stuff has he done.
According to the WhiteHouse.gov, he accomplished lowering costs of families' everyday expenses.
Woo! Let's go! My phone bill's now like 2 cents cheaper. Yeah!
More people are working than at any point in American history.
That is a lie.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Unemployment rate at a historical low at 3.5%.
Hey, they shouldn't be
how many people are actually going to the workforce?
Wait, hold on.
They shouldn't be repeating the same lie.
How many people are in America right now? How many people?
We're in like the billions.
How many people are in the United States? 331.9 million. So what? So I'm just gonna round it up. So like 3.5% of 332 million. That would be. Oh come on! What's? Wait. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We are looking at 11,620,000 people that are not employed currently in America. That's 3.5% of our American population. Let's go! Historical low! Fuck yeah, boys! Woo! Hey, anime guy.
Yeah, but then the question is how many actual adults are participating in the workforce?
Yeah.
That's us.
Oh, actually, speaking of employment, though, my dad actually got a new job.
Yay!
Yeah. So, Angus, when are you getting a job?
Eventually.
Yeah, but anyway, so other jokes. Here's some other jokes, aka the accomplishments of Biden, according to him. Rescue the economy and change the course of the pandemic.
So,
You know, he got it in at the end of the initial wave. So yeah, he definitely changed the course because Biden was elected, not because it was a disease.
yeah.
You know what I never understood though? Are we making fun of Biden? Well, not really. I was more or less just curious of what his actual like accomplishments were.
Listen, man, we just lay out what Biden does, and we try not to laugh.
I'm the one being neutral here. I just want to know like what actual accomplishments has our current president done this year. I just want to know.
You know
I'm the neutral one here. Everyone else here is like going, "Oh, Mr. Biden." Ooh. I'm just a guy who simply wants to know what's he actually done though, like genuine curiosity.
You know what's funny about these these statistics and such?
What?
Well, there was this time where they try statistics on how much food prices raised. What they did one time is that they tried to cook the books. They used to have separate let's say they took beef and separate them into categories steak and ground beef. They cook the books and just count them as one thing. They count instead of like say the average of filet mignon. They have filet mignon and ground beef. They just let's combine the categories into beef in general.
Ooh. Fuck. I'm gonna look up now. What is our current inflation rate?
Yeah. So essentially, if you count the beef in general, that brings the averages down, including all the cheap meat as well. So to make it look like that,
Our current inflation rate is at 3.14% compared to 3.24% last month and 7.11% last year. Jesus Almighty! What the hell? What happened?
14%. That sounds like a piece of pie.
No, but what the hell happened last year? 7.11% of inflation?
It's because the Changus. Joey doesn't know about economics. Let's just be honest here. Joey flunked economics, and we're all suffering.
Okay. No, but what the hell happened? I mean, I'm glad our inflation rate went down, but I'm just curious. Damn, holy shit! Last year our inflation rate was pretty damn high. Gosh.
Money printer went burr.
Money printer went burr. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The lowest our inflation rate this year has been was in June, with a 2.997% inflation rate. So in June, 2.797%, that's still but damn, compared to what was going on last year, damn. And then we kind of rocketed up a bit, and then now we're starting to taper back down. So
I'm looking at Pew Research because I was secretly laughing at Biden's quote-unquote what he said he accomplished. It's been, according to Pew Research, it's very negative.
Oh, okay. Hold on, real quick. Anime Guide, I don't give a I'm gonna be honest. Don't bring up fucking party shit. It doesn't really matter about which party's in charge.
Party doesn't matter.
Yeah,
party doesn't matter.
Party doesn't fucking matter. Democrat, Republican, none of that shit matters who's in charge.
Just because at this point, it doesn't matter because even the politicians don't even care for it to matter. Because at the end of every election, they're just gonna be high-fiving each other. Because this is a Game of Thrones for them.
Yeah.
Where are the white people at?
Hey, look who showed up!
We're talking about politics, so welcome to the abyss.
Well, okay. So here's the. Oh, okay. And he left.
Nicholas is gone. No. Yay.
Okay, no. Here's the deal, Nick. Here's the deal. We were talking about how there's a guy in It's a Wonderful Life that looks like Joe Biden, and then it just ultimately led to me just asking the genuine question, what his actual accomplishments were this year. And then it's these bozos that started, going, oh, let's make fun of him. And I'm not saying, oh, you can't make fun of a politician. I was the one who just genuinely curious what he's actually done. And then now
how is trying to look it up? I actually was trying to look it up to say, okay, what does he actually accomplish? And then I just pulled up the WhiteHouse.gov page and just tell you the accomplishments.
Hey, Changus.
Yeah.
I come from a long line of proud bozos.
Oh.
Don't be insulting me.
Do politicians even celebrate the holidays, Chelsea? I'm sure some of them do.
Yes, they do.
I'm sure some of them do.
Listen, man, what they do is that they go in their mansions and they start sacrificing children to Satan.
I was gonna make a joke along the lines of that.
Nah, but I'm pretty sure some of them celebrate Christmas.
Like, they still got families.
Yeah.
So.
You can make all the claims you want about how our current president is the most evil being ever to exist, and it's like
he is not.
He's got he's got a family, but he's got a family though. He's not gonna be like. But he's got a. I don't care. He's got a family.
I found a picture of him.
They go to the island anime guy. Look, man, I don't know. I don't. I'm gonna be honest.
Just look at that.
Maybe we should.
Wait. One more thing. Check out streaming back room.
What's in the back room?
No.
I can see the resemblance.
Wait, that the other guy though. What is it?
That's Jimmy Stewart.
Just Jimmy Stewart.
Yes, Jimmy Stewart.
Okay.
He's been in Vertigo.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like the top actor at that time.
Oh, okay. Wait, what else has he done?
Vertigo, Who Shot Liberty Valance, a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like, literally, if you just look up films of that period, you're most likely gonna come across Jimmy Stewart in some form, in some role.
Oh, he's been in some westerns.
He was a brigadier general.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow! I didn't know that.
Like Shinzo Abe. I don't know.
Like Shinzo Abe. And Shinzo Abe in heaven went, have sex. Please, raise the population, for crying out loud. We need Japan to come back.
So what was really interesting about James Stewart was that he was a stage actor because a lot of stage actors made after the Great Depression, they made their transition into movies. And he was a leading role in a lot of romance films.
Oh, okay.
And his last film was the last film before he was deployed was the Philadelphia Story, and the war actually kind of hurted his career for a bit because
really?
when he went to go serve, he missed out on a lot of great roles. And so when he came back, it was hard to try to get back into the limelight, and then the movie he did after that was A Wonderful Life.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Wasn't Shinzo Abe part of some space cult? I don't know. I don't think so.
So
he was.
He was? He was part
the-
of a cult?
Yes, in the later part of his life, he decided. In
Wait,
the later part of his life, he
what?
was trying to say he was part of a cult. A lot of Japanese politicians were part of that very same cult. But then,
Wait,
Really?
is it the guy who tried to nerve bomb the
No,
train
not
station?
that cult.
Okay.
no, not Shunrikyo.
No, but apparently there it has been an issue in Japan
Really?
Yes.
of these cults, partly because, in my opinion, atheist society, but 2% Christian.
Alright. No, but still,
Alright.
though. Damn.
Like, after, like, so towards the end of his life, Abe was a really big, after he left, Abe was a really big opponent for the cult. He was trying to say, he was trying to decry them and say how dangerous they were.
Oh.
The man who shot Abe.
Oh, he was part of the cult?
No, his mother lost a ton of money because she got scammed into the cult.
Oh.
And he didn't. The young man didn't even know that Abe left the cult, and Abe was trying to petition.
So he killed Abe because he thought he was part of the cult. Oh.
Yeah, it's like it's
Actually,
a weird thing where it's a weird thing where I like there was this video title. It was like the man who killed the president. An assassination that changed people's opinions on it, and like Shinzo Abe was like the change of that opinion of he gets assassinated, and then they learn all about this and why he was assassinated. It's like okay, that makes sense.
I still think everything that happened, I don't see Shinzo Abe in some terrible light because in the end he did repent. This whole shooting was just based on a misunderstanding, and the man who did the shooting was already very deep into the street. So I don't know how much you could have convinced him at the time that Abe, Abe was trying to decry the cult because.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I still gotta say though, the fucking makeshift gun that was used though is I don't know. I can't help but kind of laugh, but also kind of be somewhat impressed. Like, thing is literally made out of like fucking duct tape. Like, damn.
He made the chain gun from he made the nail gun from Quake, and he used that to kill a politician. That is, it'd be so funny if it wasn't so sad.
But I don't know. I don't know. I can't help but kind of laugh a bit. It's like, holy shit, the thing is literally just made out of fucking duct tape. Damn. Holy shit. Wow. What a great way to start. What a great way to start a Christmas special. We're talking
Alright, the
about
rhino,
politics.
people. The rhino.
The rhino.
Oh, I know.
How about the discount Godzilla that's going around in New York right now?
That's for last.
We changed things up a bit. It was the last minute schedule change.
Oh, the rhino. Okay, yeah, apology, Amadi.
Yeah, the rhino. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong thing. I forgot to change it. There we go. The rhino nod. What's he doing in the Christmas movie?
I didn't know that the Rhino was a school teacher before he was a super mercenary. Could you inform us of his origin story?
Well, you did. Also remember, like before he was a school teacher and a supervillain, he was a film producer who got turned blue by that kid from in the middle.
And he ended off his career becoming John Adams. Time travel to the past to become John Adams.
Yeah, that's right.
He was in Big Fat Liar.
Yeah, he was the antagonist for Big Fat Liar.
Huh.
It was in a lot of stuff, Comet.
Yeah, he's Paul Giamatti is one of my favorite character actors.
Wasn't he in that M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Oh, which one?
Lay in the water.
Lay in the water, yeah. Yeah, he was in that film.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti's been in a lot of things. For some reason, I also remember him as that one like scientist from that Dwayne the Rock Johnson disaster movie San Andreas. I don't know.
You hear that the Rock's gonna be Leto the second, and the God Emperor of Dune.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Here, I have a picture of him.
Oh.
Okay. So let's talk about a film in the genre that has not been in vogue for a while.
Like last month, I went to go see. Well, and today, I rewatched the film today, but like last month I went to go see, what do you call it? The Holdovers. It is a film directed by Alexander Payne, who directed a ton of films that I rather really like. Election, About Schmidt, The Descendants, Sideways, talking about Paul Giamatti. Paul had a leading role in Sideways. What do you call it? And this was more or less his return to filmmaking after a 6-year hiatus.
Okay.
Which like I was reminded of like the last film he did before this, which was Downsizing.
Yeah, okay, I remember this film. It was the film where you not only downsize your finances, but you literally shrink. They literally shrink you and make everything smaller.
Yeah, it was a high concept sort of comedy drama that was not bad at all, but like at points it did suffer on what it wanted to be. That movie was all over the place. I may talk about downsizing maybe one of these days, but it's got tiny Matt Damon in it.
Matt Damon.
So the Holdovers. So it takes place in the fictional New England boarding school, Barton Academy. During it is set during the 1970s, specifically December. The school is getting ready to, the students and the faculty are getting ready to go on winter break, and as such, there are several students who must, who are left behind because their parents cannot come and retrieve them, and so the school offers to chaperone them during the break they are effectively, referred to as the holdovers. And so, so the movie focuses on Paul Hunnam, who is of course played by Paul Giamatti. First, always funny when an actor gets the first name of his character. Who very, a very closed off, curmudgeony, classical teacher. Is a very strict educator. So much so, the headmaster chastises him for, rightfully failing the son to a wealthy politician, because this is a boarding school and we need money.
There goes our funding.
And so, while that's going on, all he has to chaperone the four children, which turns into 5 because one of the students, Angus Tully, who is played by Dominic Sessa, his first ever film role. During the casting of the film, when they were also going for scouting, location scouting, they auditioned people around the area, and Dominic, who went to one of the schools that doubled as Barton, auditioned for the role, and he got it.
Oh, cool.
And so, Angus Tully, who is a very average teen, but he's kind of troubled after several things that happened in his life. Losing his father, his mother quickly remarried, and they're leaving him at Barton to go on their honeymoon finally, which is leaving him stuck at the school. Along with Paul and Angus is the school's cook, Mary Lamb, who is still grieving after her son, who was a student of Barton, was killed in the line of duty. In the war that is the most unfortunate to bring up in all of movies, yeah.
Oh, and it's the 70s. It's the Nam.
Yeah. So as the break goes on, this unlikely trio opens up together and forms a very tight-knit bond. So the holdovers, I just want to start off by saying this is a great film. But it's a film that I didn't know was coming out at the time. It blindsided me, but when I saw the trailer, I knew I had to go see it, because initially just from the outlook of the aesthetics, and also just because of Paul Giamatti. Because what is so interesting about so the movie in general has been praised a lot. It's been praised particularly for its acting, but as great as the acting is, that's not the only thing that's like just wonderful about the movie. So what makes the movie really stand out a lot, just from view alone, is not only does the movie take place in the 70s, it's shot, edited, and sound mixed like it was a 70s film.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a lot of from the very opening titles uses a lot of old corporate logos. They even use the very old MPAA. The MPAA sign on the front of the movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
And what do you call it? The one thing that got me about this movie was I thought it was all shot on film.
Oh,
no,
it's digital?
When I saw it when I saw the behind the scenes, they were talking about how they initially wanted to shoot on film, but it kind of just became hard to because with how screens are sort of made nowadays, trying to gauge the contrast of shooting on film, where something could be like darker than what it actually is, would be really, really hard. So what they tried to do, and this was miraculous because the movie just looks seamless if you didn't know any better. It has that refined, graininess, and like that naturalistic look that just captures the old age beauty of the New England, Massachusetts area. But Alexander Payne kind of just said it himself that he loved shooting. He wanted to shoot in the area just because the way he described it was, change comes slowly to Massachusetts.
Yeah, as a resident of New England / Massachusetts, it's pretty much a state that runs on if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like change rarely happens.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because everything in the film is not shot on a set. Like I said, they went location scouting to find different schools that fit the aesthetic of the times. Of course, like all films, the Barton was an amalgamation of just different schools. Different school. From the cafeteria to the gymnasium to the hallways, but even like when they go to like a house during Christmas Eve, they've done such a great job to just scout a place, a house that still looks like it came from the center.
By the way, I would say it's a lot easier because some houses they put signs up on when they were built, and like we still got buildings that are from like the 1800s or 1600s.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a pretty much very much a area that values history, but also modernization. Like most of the more modern stuff would be in the cities.
Oh.
But when you go up into the suburbs or the rural areas, that's when you get some more of the older stuff.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's pretty much the same like in New Jersey. When you like a ton of the city, you know, very much tries to look modern, but then when you get to the rural sort of side, it feels like such a blast from the past.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's the consequence of the East Coast in general being like the older of the coasts. Like we just have a lot more buildings that we didn't tear down, so it has a very different cultural flavor as opposed to the West Coast.
Okay.
So, like yeah, they just find like the houses that are still very vintage. They go into like just making parts of Boston look very of the times.
Mm.
You know, like the craftsmanship of this movie is great, but the characters are also wonderful too, because initially, you know, all three of them, they're kind of going through their own issues.
Mm.
They're not mean and they're not terrible people, but they're not the most jolliest of the jolliest time of the year. You know, like Paul and Angus, it very much feels like they want to be anywhere else but Barton. But you know, one's got to stay because it's their job, and the other has to stay because, you know, no one's going to come for them. And so, what was initially kind of surprising to me about the movie was I thought that there was going to be a much bigger sort of supporting cast than it was initially.
Okay.
Because the movie is called The Holdovers. So I imagined, like, while Angus was going to be the main bunch of the students, the other students were going to be there to add a bit of relief and a character of their own. But it was kind of a joke that like one of the students who was the quarterback for the school, who said that the reason he stayed behind was because his father, you know, his father is not going to pick him up until he shaves his hair because he's got the hippie dude going.
Oh, okay.
And so he's trying to, you know, he's trying to go through a battle of wills to see who cracks first.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually his father just does crack and just decides to bring, you know, his son and the other students along with him. But of course, Angus couldn't go because his mother has a whole can of worms that I do not want to spoil.
Okay.
So initially, it is just that those three, and of course I do want to make a special mention of Danny the janitor, who is he's he is very much a supporting character. He's not in many scenes, but he's someone who still, you know, still has very much a role to play. I think the one thing I love about this movie more than anything else is just how earnest and sincere it is. It's because from the description of the film, and to be honest, kind of just like the way movies have been going during this time. They're not another director could have made this into a sort of mean-spirited, ironic piece. But the Holdovers is a film that's not afraid to be a Christmas movie. It's
okay.
Yeah, this film is also very much a comedy. It's also a very funny one. I'm still remembering jokes about it because it's one of those films where they took time to write out like clever and witty jokes and gags instead of just relying on their actors to try to do improv.
Or do bathos humor.
Yeah. Sort of, yeah. But you know, there's just a ton of like there's a ton of great like lines and sort of moments that happen in the film. And none of it really comes down to none of it really like I said, there's not like the movie doesn't really go down a mean-spiritedness, so there's not a lot of there's not a lot of let's laugh at the misfortune, guys. It's just, you know, something unfortunate does happen, but it's a quick joke, and it leads to another funny joke.
Okay.
Just for like, yeah, this is a movie that very much is earnest in what it's trying to say, and how you know these very lonely, like broken people they just need someone to be by their side at this time, you know, to sort of like help them, you know, you know, very much just lend an ear for a kind of, you know, the kind of like misfortunes that happens. And it is a film that's willing to be, you know, to be heartwarming and just tug on your heartstrings.
Okay.
And of course, just like I wanted to save it for last because it is the thing that people always talks about, but I always thought it is important to talk about the other things first.
Okay.
There's just the performances, of course, like Paul Giamatti, you know, a great character actor. I always think he's just, whenever I see Paul in a film, he's always the best thing about a very poor film.
Okay.
Because he's one of the last professionals of.
So you're saying? So are you saying? Because we know. Okay, so I just want to get so we now know our opinions on Amazing Spider-Man 2. Are you saying that's like one of your saving graces for that movie? You just like seeing Paul Giamatti as Rhino?
I really like Paul Giamatti in that movie because he's having a ton of fun. It's like he's really loving the role.
Just him laughing while he drives that fucking van full of chemicals. If he was a bigger part of that movie, I think it would have been just the best.
Okay.
This is not a film that's just propped up by its single actor. This is a film that works so much for being a trio. Because Dominic Sessa, despite this being his very first full role, the scenes he has with just Paul Giamatti, it's very impressive because he's acting toe to toe with a professional. And it's like, this is like, you know, I'm excited to see some more roles that he'll get in the future. And of course, I didn't say her name when I said her character, but I want to rectify that. DeJoyce Vanderlei, who I seen previously in the Eddie Murphy comedy My Name is Dolomite.
Oh.
And she was great in that movie too, and she's great in this one too. She, you know, she very much is the center of the entire movie, where, you know, Angus and like Paul at times in the beginning are not, you know, the most happy to see each other. But even, well, you know, she's the one who helps guide them along to better just, you know, enjoy each other's company. And she also has a lot of great lines too. The one in the restaurant it's a great scene.
Okay.
But like, yeah, like the Holdover is a film that I think I want to see more. Want to see, you know, at Christmas again and again.
Okay.
Because it's not just a film that's set during Christmas. It's a film that feels very much like it was set out to be a Christmas movie. About that whole idea of, you know, we're perfect strangers, all three of us, but even with our like, you know, even with like our peculiarities and and our differences, we can still come together and we can make the best out of a situation we didn't kind of want to be. But and also it is sort of a New Year's movie, because there's a scene that does happen as the year changes from 70 to 71.
Oh, okay.
So, like, in that same idea, it is sort of just from Paul Hunnam's character, it is a sort of a story of letting go of the past, and what do you call it? And trying to start anew. It's like, yeah, like I fully recommend The Holdovers.
So is that a good good teacher movie?
Yeah, like
What do you
somewhat.
mean by teacher movie?
So it was a type of movie that was made, in the 90s. There was like this one point in Hollywood, where you got like Dead Poet Society, Mr. Potter's
Dead Poet Society.
Opus. Yeah, so the type of movies where like the focus is on the impact of teachers on students.
It can very much be that, like, because there is lessons that like Paul very much hands off to Angus, which when you get to Angus is like the penultimate of his whole story. Like him kind of being a history teacher is something that it's very much it is very much something that goes in play. Right? Yeah, I very much feel like there are segments where stuff like that does happen. Well, not all the time. There are when it's very much important. I believe it does happen.
Cool.
Okay.
like I've been kind of hankering for watching another one. I only watched Mr. Potter's Opus because of it was part of a college class, and that was a great film. Yeah, I've been kind of hankering to watch another one.
Oh, nice. Wait, so is this still in theaters or no?
No, I think it's out of theaters. Yeah, it's out of theaters already.
It's
coming out.
So you can buy on digital.
Oh, it's on digital now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe you can buy it on digital already, which is always weird for me because the film came out during November. Which you know, it's a kind of an independent movie. It was released under Universal's Focus Features, which is their independent branch. So it didn't want to get drowned in the many other films that's coming out now. But I still say it's it's very much a Christmas movie. I think it should have at least been released early December.
Okay then.
So I do want to mention this was. I think this movie.
Hold up. There are showtimes where I'm at.
Oh, really?
I did notice showtimes on my.
Oh, nice.
So it's more it's a limited theater thing.
I think we like at my theater specifically because we like playing at this because we have very limited like show space, and so as more shows come in, and also because we tend to show like Bollywood films, not just for R&R.
Oh, okay.
We show like
all of them.
We show all of them, and also recently we've been showing like a ton of like Asian films. They're not specifically Japanese. So
besides
like
Godzilla.
besides Godzilla, we've been showing like Korean film.
Interesting.
I want to say this. Very recently, I watched Monster, and that was a really good movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that was a good film. But I also wanted to say very soon before we close off on this topic, this movie was the best theater experience I've ever had.
Really?
Nice.
Because I watched it in a packed house. And of course, like I felt like I very much felt like I was the only one in my 20s in that entire house. I was, I was watching it with a ton of boomers. But
hey, it's better than being alone. Unless you're alone with your buddies and it's a terrible film, then you can make fun of it.
That's true.
To be fair, now with your taste, you're pretty much a boomer in spirit.
But like everyone in the audience, they had a great kick out of the film. Everyone was laughing. Like everyone was getting into the film, and that's always great to see.
Nice. Well, that's nice to hear, man. I'm always down for good theater experiences. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna look at it real quick. How much is? When was this released on digital? Holdovers digital release date November 28th. Oh wow. Wow. And then when this movie came out October 27th. Wow, so just like a little over a month. Damn.
I could have sworn it came in very much into November.
Hmm. Well, it did come out like the tail end of October, so that probably, you know, what got us confused.
That's true. Boy.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. This is fun, Chelsea? Yeah. Movies are fun. And it's a good... So yeah. So speaking of fun things that can teach us stuff... oh wait, damn it, I still keep clicking the wrong thing. You know, hold on. Let me move this all the way to the back here so that way it's not... I don't click on it by accident. There we go. Speaking of things that are fun that can teach us stuff, it's the vegetables.
Do you like to talk to tomatoes?
I'm not a big tomato guy.
Yes, I like to talk to tomatoes.
Does a squash give you a smile?
Yes, the squash gives me a smile.
Do you like to waltz with potatoes up and down the produce aisle? Well, yeah, and there's a show for you, and it's called VeggieTales. I'm sorry.
Alright, VeggieTales. I haven't seen this since like I was a kid. Like I was really young.
So this, I think it's today or yesterday, is the 30th anniversary of VeggieTales.
Oh.
Because, 2 days ago, it was on December 21st, 1993, was when the first episode, Where's God When I'm Scared, is released.
Oh, okay.
And I just felt like, I wanted to do something, at least talk about VeggieTales, because it has been a major element to my childhood, and probably like a major inspirations about how my sense of humor kind of developed.
Okay.
In there, and so the premise for those who don't know what VeggieTales is.
Slavery!
Whoa! What the fuck?
Well, yeah, I finally got what the joke was, but then I thought, wait, what was that?
Mastick, what's going on your end, buddy?
I'm using my earbuds.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess I dropped my phone the wrong way, and now I can't use the actual headphones that I would usually use.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing some cleaning right now.
Oh, alright. Oh.
Yeah. Why?
Alright then. Oh, that scared me. It's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was...
Alright.
I also did try to crack my because that's what the guy said. The guy said.
Oh.
You're breaking up, Matchstick. So, first question to this panel: how familiar are you with VeggieTales?
I watched this when I was like a little kid. Back when I used to go to church, cause like my dad was heavily involved in church at the time, so like I had to like stay behind all the time, and so I would hang out in like the church's library, which also doubled as an office building library. So there was that. My church was weird because the building we used doubled as both a church and an office building. So like on the weekends it was a church, and then every other day after that was an office building. And there was a library, and then they had like a bunch of VHS tapes there. Oh my gosh, VHS tapes! Wow! And then it's like, And then I was like, oh, VeggieTales. You know, I might as well give it a watch. And there was like a, and it had like a little like a TV on like a cart there, and then you know I used to not only watch it there, but like I would bring the, I would rent out the, well not rent out. You don't rent stuff from a library. Gosh, what's the term? What's word?
What?
Borrow?
What that you signed your? But yeah.
Yeah, so like I would borrow
Yeah,
I would borrow VHS tapes from the library with like VeggieTales, and I would watch it at home, and it's like, oh, look at that, it's VeggieTales. The one, I don't remember much. There's only two things I remember from VeggieTales: Larry Boy, and there was that one like episode where it's like about like don't lie. And like each time you lie, like some monster grew. It's like, oh, until it's like kaiju. It's like, don't lie.
That's actually the first Larry Boy feature-length episode of The Fib from Outer Space.
Okay. So yeah, it's like, you know, don't lie, otherwise the kaiju's gonna grow. Oh gosh, it's Biolante!
The real moral of the show, like it was using that as an example of how you make one lie a small lie, and then you have to keep covering it up with more and more lies until it becomes you can't.
Yeah, but that's just what I remember. That's how I remembered, and then yeah, that was kind of it. I don't remember if I watched any other VeggieTales. Oh wait, no, there was one other VeggieTales now that I actually think about. I remember it was when it was when they were retelling the whole thing about the whole Jericho, and how I remember the one joke was like some guy's like, you know, like, what are we doing walking around the wall? Check this out! And, like he's got like a big like laser gun on pulled out, like ooh, like
he was building a rocket.
It's like, come on, let's just blow it up, and then it's like, no, we do what God says. Well, what if God says to use a rocket?
Because it's literally put together like scrap metal, like it was falling apart.
But that's what I remember.
I remember the tapes I watched in daycare. Like a very long time ago. So like I think I remember just episodes blending together. The one positive thing, let me rephrase that. The one thing I'm positive I knew was I went to go see the Pirates That Don't Do Anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember going to see that movie, and I remember really liking it.
Alright.
So Mashik said he was the one who saw, he went to see Pirates. How about you, Nick? Was VeggieTales your prerogative?
Uh-oh. Nick? No! Oh, he's alive.
Okay. Was VeggieTales, were you familiar with VeggieTales?
What?
Were you familiar with VeggieTales, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what was your experience with it?
My grandfather was a pastor.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, your fucking Chad grandpa who converted just because.
Absolute Chad.
Who converted just because? Yeah, this looks fun.
Man, it's gonna be weird tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. God. Well, don't be down about it. Just.
I'm not down. It's just.
No,
surreal.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I assume you were familiar with VeggieTales comic?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
Don't be afraid. Jonah. One
man.
layer.
I think I want on Jonah.
Yeah. The movie.
That was the movie that killed. That started the end of VeggieTales.
Oh. Damn. That's a shame.
Yeah, it was because ironically it was the result of hubris.
Ah.
So like Phil Vischer, who is one of the creators of VeggieTales, I haven't read his book, but he wrote an autobiography called Me, Myself, and Bob, and talking about his experience with VeggieTales and how he was essentially trying to be the next Walt Disney, but for Christians.
Huh.
So like it was like during the time of VeggieTales, that's when they did like the Larry Boy Adventures, where it was 2D Larry Boy Adventures, which had a very catchy theme song. It's stuck in my head all these years later. And then that was when 3-2-1 Penguins was the thing. Like his experience, he summed up was that the main problem with VeggieTales was that it was good at teaching morals, but not teaching Christianity.
Huh. Interesting.
It was partly because they restricted themselves to the Old Testament. I believe.
Yeah, they were trying. Yeah, they
didn't teach the kids about how God's gonna come to Earth one day and is gonna just end it all. Revelations.
I remember the creator Ninjata was saying that the creator was talking to his mom when he was brainstorming, and his mom was like, "I don't want to see Jesus Christ as a fruit."
Ah.
Yeah, that was partly like I don't know. There are certain Christian circles where they are very not big fans of you showing images of
iconoclasts. Let's call them what they are: sticks in the muds.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of weird.
I never subscribe to that belief because it feels that idea of thinking is too Islamic.
Really?
It has its rooted back in the Reformation.
No, it's back farther. We can trace this all back to iconoclasm. Goes back all the way to. It was actually inspired by Islam because they just popped onto the scene, kicked the Byzantines' ass, and the Byzantines were like, "Okay, we're doing something wrong." And then they had a massive schism because a string of emperors were really big into iconoclasm. It's also partly what caused the Great Schism with the Catholics, with the just general Christianity become Catholicism and Orthodoxy.
It's more complicated than that, but like the.
Essentially,
I'm making again in Jado. I'm making generalizations because we don't have the time to go into all.
Yeah, I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, my point of view is actually it's more stems from a theological point of view about. There are people who hold the Ten Commandments in a very high regard.
It's do not make any graven image.
Yeah, it's specifically so. Like in my circles, I would be considered Calvinist because of my beliefs about predestinations, and those people are called like Second Commandment people. Like they think that is how you should not do that, and there are reasons. Why that is, there is some wisdom to it because because who is Jesus in terms of looks and stuff? Like the Bible did not give us a description, and that is partially is okay. It's tied to theology about the image of Christ, us
right.
as human beings being images of God, and how it is actually interesting when you connect them together with about who Jesus is, because there has been many interpretations in terms of visual medium. Like the people had drew Jesus as a black woman, as the historical Jesus would be the classic European one, where he's white, has a beard, has that goatee beard and long hair. That is not very historical.
I just think it would be interesting to see a vegetable as Jesus. Imagine you're watching VeggieTales and you see a vegetable being crucified. I think that would be interesting though.
Where would the arms go?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't even have arms. They just you can't exactly nail someone to a cross in a kids show. So like they probably just like tie him up to a cross like with rope and stuff.
They should have made him the only physical person.
He's the only actual. Oh god,
it's just a regular dude surrounded by a bunch of talking vegetables.
Well, the thing was, VeggieTales was actually one of the first fully 3D series. 3D animated series.
I know. Without that'd also be a big problem back in the day.
Yeah.
Anime guy talking about Jesus. No, Jesus being black is not tied to black woman being is not tied to historical. It's a theological concept. Like,
what are you saying,
anime guy? What I was saying about the image of Christ and stuff is a huge theological concept that is its own topic. I am not going to get into it.
Oh my god, I was just saying, I think it's funny to see a fruit being crucified.
I saw the reason I bring up like the statement Islamic is because, of course, it's forbidden in Sharia law to depict
portray your prophets.
any of the prophets.
Yeah.
Any of the prophets in the Quran. And while I do think I do have an agreement with the second commandment that about defamation.
I feel like it's like the physical version of do not take his name in vain. Don't take God's name in vain. So it's like the physical version of that.
Yeah, and also anime guy, I tried to. I said there's multiple. Some make images of Jesus as a black woman. Some makes images of Jesus in its historical form based on what most likely he'd be like at the time.
Okay, but black.
But it's tied to a greater thing. And yes, there are people who made him black, and some made him even Koreans. Like
Korean Jesus, we're 21 Jump Street.
Yes. Okay. It's a theological thing that is above the purview of talking vegetables, telling Bible stories in silly ways.
Okay, but hear me. Okay. I don't want to delve into too much theology because we want to talk about the actual VeggieTales. I just want to say though, the idea of black female Jesus is actually pretty funny. and Jesus saw them selling all their stuff in the church. It's like what? It's like, honey, you shouldn't be doing that in my house, and just starts flipping stuff over.
Well, it's mostly like a religious most of the.
I know, I know.
Jesus has a breaking point.
I know, Ninja. I know. We could go into all the theology, so I just want to point out how funny that would be.
There's some who put Jesus as a Native American. Basically any culture,
Mormons upset, Mormons coping,
Yes.
Mormons seething.
Yes, so any culture in the world, there's most likely you can find an image that is even like back in the past of Jesus, but made in that specific culture or in a unique way.
Okay.
Really quick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Merry Christmas
you were
Eve,
about to
everybody.
say?
Hey.
Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve.
Oh, where you guys are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Christmas Eve. I want to mention because there's actually an interesting. There was actually because that's actually an interesting part of history where depending on how good and bad relationships go beyond empires, depictions often change. Like what do you call it? Back when Japan was very much friendly with the rest of the world, because during the idea of hey, there's a possible chance that they will convert to Catholicism.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Japanese were drawn in newspapers, in a ton of times in Europe, having very much European features, because the idea was that Japan, they're going to be like one of us, they're going to be like our brethren from the east. And then as the whole revolution happened, the rebellion happened, and believers were crucified. The depictions of the Japanese did not look amazing in a lot of the newspapers. That's where you really get the 1940s Superman serial where he's slapping you.
Yeah, but I'm just showing you in Backroom some images actually of art depicting in Korea specifically and you notice how they changed everyone's clothing into be more of that Korea of that time.
Christianity is pretty good at this. I was listening to Dan Carlin's new episode, Twilight of the Ice here, and how some of the people were selling, Christianity to the local Vikings. They're like, all right, and our man Jesus went to Jerusalemburg. And he has his bunch of and he has his war host with him, the 12 disciples, and they're gonna go to Valhalla, and if you be good, you go to Valhalla. If you be bad, you go to hell with one L.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
How the Vikings worded.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to.
I was gonna just continue back on topic, but
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I was gonna mention something, but we should be back on topic.
Yeah, it would be fun to just talk about me as a student of theology, a student of the divine, to talk about some of these theological concepts. But anyway, talking vegetables. So I grew up with VeggieTales. I grew up in the church. I have watched VeggieTales in some form pretty much all my life. And I did not watch the later ones before, and then I did not watch the Netflix incident or the new VeggieTales show.
All right.
But anyway, I really, it's like a child memory, just goofy stuff. Like, I remember seeing both the Jonah movie and the Pirates film in theaters. I was like a young kid at the time. And they were both so much fun. Do you guys remember any of the silly songs?
The car one.
I now remember the belly button song, and that's mostly because my memory was jogged from one of our talks.
And then, of course, the pirates who don't do anything. We are the pirates who don't do anything.
Man, I saw this when I was 6. Man, that was Yuri Lowenthal was in this.
Wait, what?
He was Prince Alexander. Cam Clark was Robert the Terrible and the King.
Oh my god!
Larry turns around. Snake.
So, Liquid Snake captured Spider-Man. Who played the princess?
Let me see here. Laura G. Garrow. Princess Louise. She doesn't even have a thing on Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Okay. It would have been funny if like another now famous voice actor, so we could make jokes about. But and by the way, they did teach New Testament stuff, but they did do their take. Of course, it's Rick and Morty. Okay. Of how they actually did explain the story of the death and resurrection of Jesus, Easter, in the Easter Carol, where it's the Christmas Carol, but it's Easter, and
you might know this guy, Alan Lee. Apparently, he's big in Tolkien circles.
Oh, the artist.
He was the blind man and one-eyed Louie.
That is funny.
Kind of random.
That is hilarious. And then one-eyed Louie. And the full joke about one-eyed Louie is that he just kept one eye shut, and then when he sees the clef, he opens that eye. It's but the Christmas I just really liked VeggieTales, and it kind of influenced the way it does the humor about how you just make stuff so ridiculous, silliness, like the battle, the Jericho one. So Joshua in the big wall. It has one of my favorite songs that I keep singing them to myself or keep listening to is "Keep Walking," where the French peas insult them as they walking, like "Keep walking, but you won't down our wall. Keep walking." And then afterwards, they threw slushies down on top of them instead of like arrows and rock. Also, a great accomplishment is that they told the story of David and Bathsheba.
Who?
David and Bathsheba.
Who's Bathsheba?
Okay, quick Bible story. David was king of all Israel. Yay!
Right.
He decided to stay home during a campaign season, and then he found a lady who was bathing.
He gets he gets her husband killed. So we can date her.
Oh
well,
no!
no.
David.
It's even worse. Okay, this is the worst part. First, he sees invites her to his throne. So he either seduce her the consensual way or the Harvey Weinstein method.
Oh no, David, what happened, buddy?
It's unclear in the text, but that it's an implication. And then he got the girl pregnant.
The House of David has a weakness for a woman.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh no!" And the worst part, he already had like 7 other wives at this point. So it's ancient, where polygamy with kings common.
Listen, man, they had to have heirs.
Yeah, but so he's like, "Oh no, I got this girl pregnant. Okay, we need to recall her husband back home. Okay, he will come back home and sleep with his wife, and therefore I'm good. One problem. The husband, Uriah the Hittite, was a very honorable man and who loved his comrades in the battlefield, so he slept outside in the porch. He tried getting him drunk. Same thing happened. And then is like, fine. Sends him back over. Like, he returns after his leave, and then he had him killed.
Oh, okay.
So VeggieTales actually retold that story.
Man, David,
but you know how?
You used to be cool. What happened?
He is cool. He's just human.
All right.
Like they retold the story of David and Bathsheba with King George and the Ducky.
Okay.
Where he sends Junior Asparagus out in the front lines in the Great Pie War to be pied to lose his memories.
Oh, okay. All right.
But do you remember any of the Zoe songs?
The Jeep one.
Oh, you and me in our sports utility vehicles.
Yeah, with Larry and the chick. Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, check out real quick. Streaming backroom.
Okay.
This is insane.
Watch out.
So the hacker, yeah, like he was very autistic. And he wasn't really doing it just because he wanted something. He was doing it just because he wanted to hack them.
Wow.
And he said he was going to do it more. And so like this, the hospital thing was just an attempt to try to get him away from, was trying to rehabilitate him and try to get him away from like computers, because like he was going through something, very destructive behavior.
Okay.
I was impressed that he did it with an Amazon Fire TV stick.
Yeah.
I'm not. I know we spend like over 30 minutes talking about politics, but the government is gonna grab that kid. He's gonna grab him.
Imagine the kid the second he gets his hands on the computer. I'm sorry, Disney. I'm sorry, Mr. CIA. Your entire backlog for the past 100 years is out on the internet for everybody to see.
All right.
So, what comment?
Oh, I was saying, I just thought of something. It's called VeggieTales, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But Bob the Tomato is in it.
Yes.
Tomatoes are the fruit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but VeggieTales is just a cooler name.
People like the sound of VeggieTales better than Fruit Tales. Comment.
I know.
They did use the fruit as a parody when they parodied VeggieTales. Somebody did. But since we're talking about Christmas, I think the best of there's a couple of good Christmas specials they did, like The Toy That Saves Christmas, the first one.
Okay.
Where it's about a toy who saves Christmas from Mr. Nezer, who basically was like trying to make the kids whine so that the parents would buy more toys. Give the kids the FOMO. The fear of And then there's Star Christmas, which was the prequel to the Easter Carol, which was how they did told the story of Jesus. Where they made it into the Christmas Carol.
Oh, okay.
And then they did one about the origins of Saint Nicholas later on, like near the end, which was cool.
All right.
So yeah. But overall, like with VeggieTales, I don't really have much of a point. It's just like, just reminiscing on like the good times that VeggieTales had for 30 years. And then mismanagement happened, and now it's... Yeah, it's a thing of the past.
Well, that's their fault for not showing vegetable Jesus being crucified. I still want to know how that would happen.
They would change it to be more like an equivalent, like because they didn't want to. They don't usually do death.
Okay.
Show death. They kind of do more of a silly way of doing it. Like the only time they mention like super death is again in the Easter Carol.
Oh, okay. But still, though, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe Jesus doesn't get crucified, he just gets like banished or something. That's like their equivalent, like you.
Well, they did the story of Esther, and that one, the worst punishment, instead of having like a genocide, it was this family gets sent to the island of perpetual tickling.
So yeah, why not? Or maybe just lock up Jesus in prison or something. There you go. There you go. He just gets locked up in. You know what? We just skip the whole crucifixion thing and just just throw him into the cave and seal him up. There we go. No death.
I don't think it wouldn't have that same. Wouldn't get the message across. Like that's why they did like the Easter Carol treatment and part of the Christmas Future segment.
Okay.
The Easter Future segment, they kind of tell the story of who Jesus was in his life and his death and resurrection.
Huh. Maybe.
Like.
You know, on second thought, I like Nick's idea. Just throw Jesus into a shredder.
like again, you have to think about that. This was made for kids, not for the big kid, not for the adult kids. The kids.
I understand, but it'd still be funny though. Just. Oh no!
I got it. Like the Romans were going to make him into a salad.
Yeah, there we go. You just see like a bunch of salad that's like on like pedestals that like represent the crosses, and it's like okay now, and then like 3 days later, where's the salad? It's like, wait, Jesus, we thought you got eaten. I was. But I survived. Oh. There we go. Jesus came back after being eaten. Wow. Truly, the story of all time there, kids. You gotta love it.
They regrew the seeds. And that could also be a metaphor for the cave.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they regrew the seeds. They put like a plant there, and then he arisen.
Yeah, there we go. Now I want to see VeggieTales tackle Revelations. Let's end the world, boys! Woo!
Well, it's not like they don't just do Bible stories. They do also like fairy tales or original story or parodies of films. Like one of the more fun parodies is Lord of the Beans.
Does that mean we could get a VeggieTales parody of Passion of the Christ? It turns out VeggieTales is what's gonna give us Passion of the Christ 2. Crucified, yes.
I think that would be really funny because, like, they would just be like, imagine just the team coming up with their own language that they don't subtitle, and just having everyone try to come up with everyone to figure out what's going on.
Larry comes in with blue on half of his face, going hoopla, hoopla! chasing down.
Like, okay, I don't, but that's just not VeggieTales. How VeggieTales kind of operates on, like, well, I get it, it's a joke, but sometimes you get caught. I think the context is a little bit off.
All right.
The way, like, they did some ridiculous, like, their stuff is, they do silly stuff and do a bit of the sarcastic. Like, they made a love song about a guy and his cheeseburger.
Okay.
Or like like the silly song is when they go really into like the more funny, ridiculous stuff. They also did like they had a accidentally foretell the idea of memes and randomly generating stuff.
All entertainment in the future will be randomly generated.
Yeah, it's like Larry's World of Autotainment. It's like, and the premise is that they used randomization of like a VeggieTales character who's got strapped to a machine. All of them get strapped to be launched onto stage, and they have to do like a category of what songs they have to make, and it's all randomly generated because it's the future.
I can see the future.
Hey,
yeah,
I do have to get up in the morning, so
yeah, I think I'll rest my case at this point.
Okay,
we can move on to talk about Santa Claus.
Oh. Hold on, real quick. I guess I might as well ask this. Master, do you want to make a last minute schedule like change and you go first and comment? If you're feeling tired.
I'm not feeling tired, but I do have to get up early. Comment, would you be okay with that?
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, last minute change. Master gets to go first. The best Christmas movie ever.
And this is where I unfortunately have to part ways.
Alright.
This was a fun night.
Okay, not Christmas movie or not Die Hard.
Well, I'm willing to give into the joke. It is a Christmas movie.
There we go. You heard it here. Our cinephile has confirmed it. No arguments. All right. So Die Hard.
All right.
I'm actually as also gonna have to go to sleep as well. I'm getting tired.
All right.
Have a good night and enjoy. I hope you enjoy that machine gun.
Ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho.
I'll be right back. I get some food real quick.
All right.
All right.
So, Die Hard.
Probably one of the best action movies ever made. Just straight up. Everybody knows Die Hard, classic movie. You know, character more grounded, a bit more realistic. I wouldn't say realistic, but more grounded than like previous action movies. Close-ins, very intense, very high stakes, claustrophobic environment. And it's sort of set to standards for action movies after it. I think this is a really good action movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for like not, and then everybody else to be here to bounce off of. But
well, what was your first experience with Die Hard?
I don't remember watching. I don't remember, but I saw it a long time ago, back in high school. I found it particularly good. It was made back in the 80s with Alan Rickman as Hans Gruber, and it is his first film role, if I recall correctly. Nice. And Bruce Willis got to help him as John McClane. Also, not his first role, but probably his first big role. Everything about this movie is just tight. I'd have to say.
Yeah. What's your favorite moment?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
All right.
I like all the parts where people are being really smart. Like the glass attack, or jumping off. Yeah, or like I don't think it's particularly smart, but using the all the rooftop scene with the helicopter.
Yeah.
That was an intense one. You can't go wrong with the final scene where he shoots it, where the fight with Hans. What's your favorite scene?
That's a good question too.
Yeah.
I guess I always like just the whole thing with the roof and how he's to swing down from it.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
There was also the one where I think a normal death stance says when he has to get the cops' attention by throwing the body down onto his car.
And then the guy starts going, and one of the thieves start firing.
Yeah.
And then the Powell just starts going ape shit.
Yeah.
Nick, what's your favorite Die Hard moment?
My favorite Die Hard moment.
Tricky, ain't it?
It is.
Die Hard.
If I were to guess, probably the explosion and the helicopter.
That's 3 votes for the helicopter.
Comment.
All I could think about is the parody in the Cleveland show where it was like one of the guys in the helicopter was like this really deadpan guy who speaks like this, and when the helicopter's going down, he just goes,
you know, Nick, you know my.
It's just like Inside Gone. What about you? What were you doing Inside Gone? I was in high school, man.
Oh, Nick, you know my favorite moment from the Cleveland show parody is when Cleveland ends up in the bathtub. No. Comet, you still with us?
I'm with you.
What do you've seen Die Hard, right?
No.
What?
Comet.
I'm saving it for Christmas.
Well, hurry up already. Well, no. I mean, I'm. Wait, are you joking? I'm serious. Have you actually seen Die Hard before?
I saw clips of it, but I never saw the movie.
Oh my god. I can't. Comet, why? Why are you like this? Why must you be the way you are, man? Come on, watch Die Hard already. It's you won't regret. You'll have a fun time.
I'm planning on watching it.
Well, watch it already.
You know what's funny? Die Hard was based off of a book.
Yeah, it's based off a book.
That book is a sequel to a book that was adapted into a movie starring Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
So technically, Die Hard is a sequel to a Frank Sinatra movie. Technically, Bruce Willis is supposed to be like an old man. It was that. It's not his wife, but his daughter.
Ah. I see. Man, who would have thought? Who would have thought Die Hard was a sequel to a Frank Sinatra movie? Who would have known?
All like the detective, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What? I guess I might as well ask. What? I asked you, Master Nick. What was the first time you saw Die Hard?
I don't remember when.
You don't remember when?
I guess we all know when Comet decides to watch Die Hard.
Well, that's true.
What about you? What about you, Chang? It's the first time you saw Die Hard.
It's been a while. I think. I know it was before I met you guys. That I know. That it was a while back though. I think. No, I never owned a DVD. No, scratch that. Never owned a DVD. Most likely, I just saw it one day on I was probably just pirating movies or something. Who knows? And then hey, Die Hard. There we go.
I too did find this movie out of a chest that I dug up on an island.
Yeah, so it's oh, there we go, Die Hard, and it's yeah, this is nice. So great, you know what I'm thinking of now, Nick? It's the Family Guy, the Chris's Choir.
Yeah.
Die Hard. John McClane and his wife. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. I love Die Hard. Everyone should watch Die Hard. Comet, get to it already. Come on. Yeah. You gotta get to it, man. Do it. Do it, Comet, do it now! It's Christmas Eve where you are. Alright. Alright, but anyways,
this is it's just a really solid movie.
Yeah.
It's very fun. It's a very good Christmas movie. As the Christmas, it kind of drowns itself in Christmas.
Yeah.
Not to mention, even as like a few kind of family motifs to edge it out there, and it does have a bit of a culture around it, wanting it to be a Christmas movie. So kind of is a Christmas movie at this point.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else though?
Watch it. You won't regret it.
You won't regret it. All right then.
I showed my friend it the first time.
What do you think?
He loved it.
Nice. Nice. All right then. All right. So, speaking of Christmas, in the spirit of Christmas.
All right. I gotta head out. You guys have a good.
Have
a good night.
Have a good night. All right. So, in the spirit of Christmas, Mr. Comet, let's talk about Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa, you better not cry. You better not pout. You better not. Dang, how did it go again?
You better watch out. You better not. I don't know. I don't know how the song goes. All I know is this: Santa Claus is coming to town. So
yes, sit down, boys and girls. I shall tell you a tale. A tale of Santa, what's called Santa Claus Begins.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially, it's Santa Claus Comes Down is a stop motion. It's a TV special that used to air on. Essentially, it's a stop motion using stop motion photography, and they used to air on ABC. It was ABC's Family Special. Also, they used to show this and like other stop motion stuff on ABC Family all the time. I'm not sure they still do it these days. It was and English and Japanese. I mean, U.S. and Japanese.
Oh, okay.
With between Radkin and Bass Productions and Any Magic.
All right.
And tell the story of Saint Nicholas, how he got started in this German but not German country. And
okay.
How he was started from the beginning, how he was a orphan adopted by these family of toy makers. Called the Kringles.
The Kringles.
Yes. Kind of like the Seven Dwarfs. Kind of. With their mother. And,
all right.
And then and he delivered this, and trying to bring Christmas cheer, deliver toys to this town. This German-ish town led by. Wait for it. Led by a leader called Meisterburger.
Okay. What a name.
Yeah.
I am Mr. Meisterburger. Ooh.
And throughout them, and it's not much in the movie, but it's a good Christmas family, movie about spreading good cheer, being generous.
Yeah. Neat.
Something you can just watch as a family, and the one thing I always got some good songs that always get stuck in your head, like you take one step before after the other.
Alright.
Wait, quick question: have y'all ever saw any of the Ryken and Bass Productions, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman?
No, I have not, unfortunately. So,
The Little Drummer Boy?
Wait, hold on. Actually, no, wait. I may have watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but I was like, that was a while back. That was a long time ago. So, now I remember. Yeah, I watched Rudolph. So
yeah, the stop motion one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same company.
Same guys.
Same
Nice.
Yeah. And also did Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My, like I said, it's a simple Christmas story. So the origin of Santa, how he eventually became like a wanted man. Because like Burgermeister Meister tripped on a toy, so he banned all toys.
Wow.
So similar to the story to explain why he got his beard, because he was trying to hide from the law.
Oh, okay.
And how like he met his wife at a wife who was a school teacher at that time.
Oh, all right.
And and how they got all his tradition with these little traditions, like he started going down chimneys because originally the kids would like leave the doors unlocked to let them in, but then the Meister made a law that all doors must be locked, so he just went down the chimney instead.
Okay.
And then he started doing house inspections, so he started hiring them in stockings and drawing socks. But started the stocking tradition. So I like how little stuff like that. And of course, he had the wizard and the voices. One day I learned that the man who voiced Saint Nicholas or Chris Crane or Santa Claus was Mickey Rooney.
Ha!
A young Mickey Rooney.
Oh, that's great. Is he gonna? Alright. Mickey Rooney. Hi, I'm Mickey Rooney.
No, it's like a young one, young man.
Yeah.
It came out in like this released like December 13th, 1970. And it's kind of funny because like I was looking at what that name sounds familiar. Oh, he was at Night in the Museum. He was the grumpy old guy.
It's Mickey Rooney coming. Hi, I'm former's biggest star in the world, Mickey Rooney, and as you may know, I'm totally, completely insane. I like to yell mice with my shirt off. Ah! Sometimes I like to steal other people's scabs. Ah! How do I stay so crazy? Mickey Rooney's crazy pills. Take one with breakfast, one with lunch, and before you know it, you'll be up on your roof pooping in the chimneys. Hold out your stockings, kids.
And there was.
You know what's good? I have to look at Mickey Rooney a yellow face again. I have to look it up again. Mickey Rooney yellow face. Come on, show me the good stuff. Yeah, there it is. Oh my gosh, it's fucking amazing. I gotta show this. It's Mickey Rooney yellow face. God, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I love it. It's the most ridiculous shit ever. You can see the fucking fake teeth.
Like
is that Chelsea? Oh my goodness, woman! You did not just say if this was me. God.
Jenkins. I keep thinking about that scene from Dragon Ball Z, Abridged, where like Piccolo saw semi-perfect Cell's lips.
Oh.
Wait, that's what he looks like. That's his lips. I feel like should I be offended? I feel like I should be offended by these lips.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Look at it. It's great.
And like, that's what I'm trying to feel like. Wait, I feel offended. I feel offended.
Starring Mickey Rooney as Mr. Unioshi. Mickey Rooney. Compare and contrast there. Damn, that's a hell of a transformation. Oh my gosh, this shit's fucking awful. Okay. Alright.
Yeah. And like also it's like songs by Robbie Lester, who was on the Aristocrats and the Rescuers too, as the singing voice of Eva Gabor.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's interesting how like all these stars at the time in these specials. Well, and of course it's stop motion and that, but so it's like not very smooth, but there's a charm to it. To these like the stop motion they use, the sort of less roughish stop motion they use for the puppets.
Well, stop motion doesn't have to be good based on like how smooth like the animation is or not.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying there's a charm to stop motion in general.
Yeah, I love stop motion.
Yeah, it would add to the charm. And there's not much else. This is a really good Christmas, especially you can show to the kids. And it kind of got a nostalgic place because when I was young, I remember like when ABC Family did like 25 Days of Christmas. They would just show nothing but these Christmas specials over and over again, from like Santa Claus Coming to Town, from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to what the other one's called, Rudolph Shining to
When they made a sequel to that to the Rudolph stop motion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. There was one where you had to trying to find baby. We had to go on an adventure to find baby with a caveman at night.
Okay.
To find baby New Year.
Huh. Interesting.
And there's like some CGI one with the Island of Misfit Toys.
The Island of Misfit Toys. Alright.
And then there's Christmas in July. Rudolph Christmas in July. They're like a bunch of like these stop motion things. But
okay.
Yeah, but not much else. It's a good Christmas. It's a charming Christmas movie. Well, special. It's you can find it on YouTube. It's 51 minutes, and if I understand, they're all connected with each other.
They are.
Either that, or they just use the same puppets.
Well, it's probably that. And reuse the same puppets.
Unfortunately, I understand a lot of puppets got destroyed in the fire.
Oh, that's a shame.
So were they trying to make Mice do another one in 2008 for Mice at Christmas to make new puppets? And they tried to modernize the Miser brothers.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't well received.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, not much else. Just watch the Christmas. Just watch it.
Okay. All right then. Nice. How did you watch it?
YouTube.
YouTube. Is it free?
Yeah. Define. Well, yes.
Okay.
It's free, but not by YouTube.
Okay.
But you can buy it on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Alright. Oh, excuse me, I gotta stretch. Ooh. Oh, my back just cracked. Wow. Ooh, boy. Zooey mama.
You're getting old, Chinggis.
I don't want to get old. I'm a young little whippersnapper. Don't you call me old. Alright. Well, okay then. So, what I said then, before we move on though, I do need to actually use the restroom, so. So before we move on to our last topic, I need to use the restroom, so we're gonna take a little bathroom break, And then when I come back, we can move on to our final topic. So, give us like over 5 minutes. So, just a quick reminder that I do have stream elements. You can tip, donate, etc., whatever you want to call it. You do not have to if you don't want to. Oh! Oh my gosh, we gotta shoot down the helicopter now? Are you shitting me? Oh my god! This is... Holy shit!
This is insane.
What the hell? Hold on. Should I push her? Or should I pull her back? Push her?
Yeah, you should push her. I mean, that kills her, but yeah.
What? 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 No!
But it's okay for him to just break my stuff.
Of course not.
Wow, Meredith, you're looking actually okay. You don't have brain cancer.
You gave me this for my birthday. I mean, you should be pissed off too.
Oh, never mind.
Wrong, but you don't just go punching every person who makes you mad.
That's the best fucking timing.
3 grades above you. I mean, that kid practically
Folka, make sure that your statements are not so embarrassingly carelessly worded next time. What? What? You're so disrespectful. Amazing. All delinquents types like this, even the way you dress so... Oh, flip-flop disregard for authority. Sweater fest, disgraceful... Delinquent? I'm on the student council! Motherfucker, I'm on the student council! You think that fucking... You think... Oh, look, what about you, huh? We have a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Oh, look at me. I got a fucking Hawaiian shirt. How professional. I got a big fucking katana carrying around, swinging around. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! You call that professional, motherfucker? You call yourself a businessman? Look at you, fucking dressed up all casual like that bitch-ass motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you get a fucking haircut? Shave that fucking beard of yours, you bitch-ass. Get some glasses for crying out loud. Oh, look at me. I'm Jagoro. I'm like a JoJo character. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Yeah! A hand pounds on my back a hard couple times, severely winding me. I couldn't care less about the culprit as I focused my thoughts on my chest in near automatic reaction. My hand instantly tightens on my breast, and I start going through the steps I rehearse in my mind every other day. Breathe. In and out. For a measure of relief, I can slowly feel my chest becoming less tense. By the time I look up, my face is covered in sweat from the experience. No! No! Not only did he cause a heart attack, but it's also... No! Well, you see,
Man, that impression of Shia LaBeouf in college is fantastic.
Oh god, you know what? I gotta look up now real quick. His fucking freak out in Dark of the Moon. You know what I'm talking? You know when he's in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, that guy's just. Look at this guy. He's just. he's just hanging there. Look at this. This guy's just hanging here.
It can allow them to stay on the map, but these are dumb as shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that guy was just fucking hanging there. Come on!
As every he punches in the boss's head. Family.
That's right. Yeah, come on, bitch. The power of family. Yes. Come on, power of family. Okay, there we go. Come on. That's it. Power of family, baby. Okay, how do I do this? Hiya! Oh, her frontal lobe.
Oh wow! It's Grand Theft Auto 5 in here. Like
Oh, eat it!
Is Spider-Man 2 gonna have free-form switching characters?
Yeah, there we go. We did it. We beat the game. Power of family. That's the power of family for you. Don't keep me in the dark this long, man.
Well, he's got. You gotta make sure you.
Oh, let's go! Let's go! I called it! Yeah! That's right! I fucking called it! Let's go! Makoto's the owner of the empty lot! Oh, I did that! Yeah! Let's go! I called it! Oh, that feels good! That's vindication right there! Holy shit! Fucking called it! Let's go!
That long pause before he starts. You can.
Yeah, we're gonna lose.
You see the image, you can hear it.
Oh, we won! Oh! 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 There truly is a god.
Man, Chang has experienced high tide.
He made me experience high tide, man. Oh! Yeah, let's go! We won! I-Chan, you were amazing. I know you weren't doing too well, but I-Chan, you did great. Alrighty. And oh, come on. Bam! There we go. I'm back.
Yeah.
Yay! Alright. Okay. I'm back. I used the restroom and I got some tea too, so. Who you fiddling with? I hear plastic.
Plastic? Oh, I'm eating.
Oh! What you eating?
Cheez-Its.
Oh, Cheez-Its. Okay.
This is the first thing I've had to eat all day.
What the hell, man? Oh, and yesterday you were insulting my sleep schedule. Okay.
Sleep schedule?
Sleep schedule?
What does this have to do with sleep?
What? You mean you tell me you've been just awake all this time and you haven't eaten anything till now?
Nope.
Why? What?
I was lazy.
Wow. Okay. Anyone else is lazy? Okay, actually.
Yeah.
Well, okay, actually, no. Okay, so no, I actually don't want to call 1998 Godzilla lazy. So, here's the thing. So, I actually was like, looked up some stuff, read and like watched some videos and stuff. I don't want to say this movie is lazy. No, that's that. I don't know. Godzilla 1998 is fascinating because it feels like to me this movie is an example of putting a lot of actually putting a considerable amount of effort, which is commendable, into something that ultimately, it's not really that great. But I wouldn't call it lazy.
By the way, about another franchise we know.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, but those movies are fun.
Well, initially.
Well, the fifth one is.
And then we start getting to the fourth one. That's where things start going down.
Yeah, but the fourth one had Hound, so.
Yeah.
It's really the fifth one that we just went to the point that's like, okay, no, there's no excuse anymore. So. No, but like, there was a considerable amount of effort put into Godzilla 1998. It's just, the end result ultimately, it wasn't that great. Surprisingly, though, I did look it up. Godzilla 1998 was technically a financial success.
Yeah.
So, it was a financial success. And for all intents and purposes, because of how well it did money-wise, most likely, well, I guess you could argue nowadays if this movie came out and it was a financial success, then yeah, it would get the sequel that Mr. Roland always wanted. but we know that didn't happen. Instead, Japan saw the movie like, okay, no, this is trash. We gotta come back into making. We gotta go back to making Godzilla movies ourselves, so that way we could show how it's done, and how we got Godzilla 2000. It's Godzilla 2000. I actually want to also talk about Godzilla 2000 soon because that's also a fascinating case. So
it says a lot when one of the suit actors for Godzilla walked out.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Since I just realized, since it's just the two of us, I could move to this slide here. Ooh, look at that. We haven't had to use this slide in a while. Oh, I'm using display capture. Alright. Oh, I gotta adjust my PNG. Why am I so big? Whoa! I am humongous there. I was like, whoa! Oh, I gotta adjust my size. There we go. Look at that. We haven't used this slide in a while. Ooh. Okay, and then let me bring up where is it? My thumbnail. Kabamo! And then wait, not just yet. Kabamo! Ah, I'm too big. Kabamo! There we go! There we go. We haven't used a lunch break like room in a while. Oh my goodness. We
need to fix that.
Yeah, we do need to go back to doing lunch breaks. Yeah, we do need to. Small changes, not anymore. Normal size. Yeah, we
still
do.
Very small.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we do need to go back to doing lunch breaks. No, but so Godzilla 1998 is interesting. So Godzilla, how do I put it? So Godzilla's history with America is actually interesting enough itself, because America has always kind of wanted to do a Godzilla movie. So how do I describe it? So back during like the end of the Heisei, so we know that Godzilla movies are separated by like the eras they were made in. We got we got the Showa era, we got Heisei, and then we got now we had the Millennium era. That was the thing, and now we are in the Reiwa era. So
yep.
So that's what's going on. So after the end of the Heisei era with Godzilla vs. Destroyer, America has always kind of wanted to do a Godzilla movie, and it kind of originated actually because of the guy who made Godzilla vs. Hedorah. He wanted to do like his own like Godzilla movie. And I don't want to go too in depth with that. Like, there's videos out there that describe it so much better than me. You could watch that. So like, the guy who made Godzilla vs. Hedorah always wanted to do another Godzilla movie, but Toho, for reasons, wouldn't let him. And then things sort of just happened the way they do, and eventually he kind of wanted. This guy decided, well, maybe America can have a chance to make Godzilla, and so because this guy. The guy who made Godzilla vs. Hedorah, America has been trying to get their hands on Godzilla for quite a bit. And so originally, Godzilla in America was going to start off with a movie called Godzilla 3D. It was 3D, but Godzilla, wow! And they had, and the thing was, like, it was, like, they had all sorts of, different, like, they wanted to make this movie, but, different rights issues, the rights to make a Godzilla movie kept passing around to, different, like, studios and producers, etc. And then, ultimately, the rights to Godzilla came down to the good old guys at Sony. And speaking of Sony, they had a little company with them called TriStar. Ooh, Godzilla fans just hear TriStar. It's like, oh, you can hear them shudder. TriStar. Oh, so TriStar got
5-year-old Hubert just pulled a gun out.
What is it with you and that damn penguin, man?
Chance, one of the inspirations for his character, especially when he's like, a child, Ike.
Well, great. You should have said that because now I'm just imagining Hubert walking in on on his mom and the mailman. No, but so like, you know, TriStar eventually they got the rights to make a Godzilla movie. Thanks, Sony. And then but then even then, Godzilla, a Godzilla movie being made in America just kept running into issues from us, and then now the most recent issue was budget. The idea of Godzilla 3D was just too expensive. It's like no, that's too expensive for us. And so, and then there's a whole history to this, and then more and more stuff happened, and then eventually, Sony was pretty much about ready to give up on making Godzilla. Like they were pretty much ready to go. Okay, it's not happening, because literally everyone who wanted to do the project eventually just left. Like it was soon. No one wanted to do Godzilla in America, except for two guys. Two guys that, yeah, we know now maybe shouldn't have made a Godzilla movie. It was our guy, Roland Emmerich, and his producer, Dean Devlin. Well, not his producer, but, you know, it was his buddy, Dean Devlin. And now, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, they've actually had some, couple, hitter movies, if you could call it that. The main one is obviously Independence Day. That was their big thing. Independence Day. Everyone's like, "Whoa, Independence Day! No way! That was amazing! Oh, what a blockbuster hit!" And we know, you know, how financially successful Independence Day was. Funny enough, though, did you know, Nick, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin initially didn't even want to do a Godzilla movie?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you know what I mean? They just ultimately just kind of went... So, the thing is, they ultimately kind of just went along with it, mostly because at the point... When they got their hands on Godzilla, it was at the point where everyone who wanted to make an American Godzilla got desperate. Even Toho. And so, eventually, it got to the point that they just pretty much went... We'll let you do whatever you want, just make a Godzilla movie. And Roland Emmerich Dean was like, "Ooh, okay, yeah, let's go. We got creative freedom over this stuff." Yeah, probably wasn't a good idea there, but it happened. So that's a little cliff notes on the history of American Godzilla. Well, there's and there's more to that too. So we do also know that several different designs for the American Godzilla came to be. Before the one you see is they originally went to Stan Winston. Yeah, that's right, Stan Winston. People know him for his works like Terminator, Jurassic Park, Aliens, Predator, and of course, The Thing.
Well, okay. With The Thing, it was just that one scene.
It was just that one scene, but still though.
But yeah.
But still though, he also did work on Iron Man, so there was that. But so yeah, he also worked on Iron Man, so you could also say that. But so Stan Winston, he's a big guy when it comes to special effects and stuff, and then he and his group, they made an initial design for Godzilla. We did a little tier list on that. So that's the most recognizable American Godzilla design before 1998 and eventually the Monsterverse. And then eventually Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, they're like, okay, now we're doing Godzilla. We want creative freedom, and so they decided we're gonna do our own thing. And that means we're gonna throw out the script that originally was, made by the previous guy who wanted to do American Godzilla and completely redesign Godzilla. So, yeah. And, well, we kind of know how that design went out to be. So, it's interesting. Because, you could really tell, honestly. Like when you like read this, like when I read this stuff, like when I watch videos on this, like it really becomes apparent that yeah, no, they really didn't want to do a Godzilla movie. They really didn't want to. And to be fair, it's not really their fault. So you have to understand. So the main like how do I describe it? Like the main image Godzilla had in pop culture at the time in America was the Showa era. And not just any Showa era, we're talking the goofy Showa era. We're talking, you know, Godzilla versus Megalon era. So not many Nick, not many people really knew about the original 1954 Godzilla. Not even their Americanization of it, Godzilla King of the Monsters. They mostly know Godzilla because of, again, stuff like Godzilla versus Megalon, that type of stuff. Where, you know, you see like this guy, where the perception came to be, oh, it's just guys being in suits doing goofy things, just hitting each other. That was the perception that people had of Godzilla in America. And, you know, in a sense, you could kind of still see that today with the MonsterVerse, if you think about it. You kind of still see somewhat of that mentality. I kind of want to do a 2 cents on this mentality alone, because when you really think about it, Nick, when you really think about it, Nick, -1 is actually kind of a game changer to how people perceive Godzilla in America.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of interesting when you think about it, how so many people view Godzilla as, you know, just either a guy in a goofy suit just, you know, destroying miniature boxes, just slapping each other around, or just, you know, the monster stuff, big monster, just slap each other around. And then it's interesting how it wasn't until -1 came out that people realized, maybe these movies aren't that bad, you know. It's actually incredible, just kind of seeing, in a sense, an awakening of people realizing the potential Godzilla can have thanks to -1. So that's already a plus for that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna see it at some point.
Actually, real quick, speaking of which, Godzilla -1's stay in America has been extended in certain theaters, so check your theater, because you can watch Godzilla -1 as a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you know, check your theater though if it has a showing of Godzilla -1 for Christmas. But you know, it's there, so that means -1 it can be considered a Christmas movie. Let's go. So yeah, but back to 1998 though. People's mentality of Godzilla wasn't exactly the most positive, and Mr. Roland Emmerich was one of those guys. But but at the same time, it was a little extra with Roland Emmerich, because Roland Emmerich, you can really tell he's kind of more or less has a disdain, a disdain at worst, I would say disdain the least, indifference the worst. I think it's worse if you're just indifferent to Godzilla than disdain.
Yeah.
So he had disdain for the original Japanese source material of Godzilla, or worst of all, he was indifferent to it.
I think Roland Emmerich was indifferent to it from what I'm seeing from behind the scenes.
Yeah. This guy, Roland Emmerich claimed to have watched all the Showa era Godzilla movies before doing 1998. I don't think he said anything about the Heisei era. So, you know, but to be fair, again, at the time, America's perception was mostly Showa era, and apparently he watched, like 8 different Godzilla movies before making his own, and he just pretty much went to the conclusion, this shit sucks. Or, oh, okay. But I guess I continue anyway. So Roland Emmerich didn't really have a good positive mindset of going into Godzilla, and this also kind of carried out into the design of Godzilla in this movie, and you know you can see. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that was a big burp. Damn. Okay. Oh, I'm drinking some tea real quick. All right. But it's interesting. So, Roland Emmerich really wanted, you know, his own take on Godzilla, and I do know when it came to Roland Emmerich, he said that when redesigning Godzilla, the emphasis he wanted was this thing has to run fast. I don't know. That's just what he said. He just said, I want Godzilla to be able to run fast. Okay. Sure, why not? Okay. So it's like, ooh, I want him to run fast, and then eventually you get, you know, the design you see, which is it's how to describe it? Much more. How do I describe 1998 Godzilla? I mean, you know, everyone knows the 1998 design. You're gonna head to bed, Chelsea? Oh, okay. Merry Christmas, Chelsea. But so I guess the best way I can describe this is earlier this week when we were doing when me and Nick were doing the Godzilla tier list on designs, I really want to emphasize the idea that Godzilla is not just a dinosaur. You know, he's more than just some big dinosaur that just runs around that like breathes fire. He's a monster. He's not a dinosaur. And well, that's kind of the best way to describe 1998 Godzilla. He's just a big dinosaur. At least appearance-wise, he's just a dinosaur. And then and then you know, like the famous spines on his back that Godzilla has, not even really looks like, you know, like recognizable as the ones we usually consider. Like it's a lot more like they look very like shark fin, kind of, in a sense. It's interesting. So yeah, Godzilla is also Godzilla is also less robust. So you could really tell that this was us really to emphasize the idea again. You know, I want Godzilla to be able to run fast. You know, I want Godzilla to run fast. I don't, and like. It's weird because at the same time, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, they were going around saying how they want this version of Godzilla to be realistic, you know, quote unquote realistic. You know, it's like we need this giant monster to be realistic. So I guess in their mind, big dinosaur is the answer to realistic. We want realistic. So, you know, I guess that's kind of what they want to do, and that's why Godzilla looks the way he does. So, you know, hey, I guess it's realistic if you consider it, you know. But yeah, I just don't like Godzilla just looking like some dinosaur. And you know, Roland Emmerich and he really did actually go out of his way to say he doesn't want to make a monster, which again you can kind of see there's like some like either disdain or indifference towards original Godzilla. It's like he really just didn't like. It's weird. He really emphasized the idea that he really just didn't want to make a monster. It's so weird. It's like, but that's what Godzilla is, though. He's a monster. What do you mean you don't want to make a monster? So, you know that happened. You know, he didn't want to make a monster, and so, and then it's just such a interesting mentality behind designing in this version of Godzilla. So, you know, of course we know, like, you know, we could do so much better with Godzilla when it comes to him in America. like, that's why the MonsterVerse is so successful as it is. We got Godzilla X Kong coming out, and we know now. Ooh, you know, an American Godzilla. He could look pretty neat. He could look pretty good, you know. Ooh. So,
Back.
You're back. Welcome back. I'm just talking a little bit about I guess like the mentality behind the design, how they really want to emphasize the idea they didn't want a monster, and how that just kind of feels like the antithesis to what Godzilla is.
Yeah.
So
he's Godzilla's the king of the monsters.
You remember, Nick? I was just saying this. You remember how was Wednesday when we were doing the tier list? I really emphasized the idea that I don't like the idea of Godzilla just being a dinosaur. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how I'm saying, like, that's kind of why I don't really like this design. It's a dinosaur. You know, it's not. You can't just make simply a dinosaur. I do know though. They did say behind the scenes though that Godzilla's chin here in 1998 was inspired by like the tiger from a Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Because the idea was they want to make him look scary. So I guess there you go. So yeah, but again, we know now that, you know, we could do better with Godzilla when it comes to how we design him in America.
Yeah.
You know, I real quick tangent. You know what I gotta say though about MonsterVerse Godzilla? When you really like, we already said a lot about him on Wednesday, but I want to also I don't think I mentioned this. I want to point out how MonsterVerse Godzilla is kind of interesting, because despite having the silhouette of, you know, Godzilla as we know, there's so much about him that's so unique compared to Japanese Godzilla.
Yeah.
And in a sense, it's kind of interesting how different MonsterVerse Godzilla is, but at the same time, that uniqueness to his design with how we treat MonsterVerse Godzilla is kind of what gives him his charm.
Yeah.
So, I kind of just wanted to point that out. MonsterVerse Godzilla, he looks different, but he has his own charm. But at the same time, there's still, at the same time though, with MonsterVerse Godzilla, there's still enough there that's recognizable as the monster that we know. So, yeah. So ultimately, you know, that's kind of just their design. And then you know, they worked on the movie, and as we know, I guess like, I could also mention this. Godzilla 1998 Godzilla is also, I believe, is either the first or at the very least the most famous situation of Godzilla being portrayed in fully CGI. I'm thinking it's the first where Godzilla's fully CGI, but at the same time, that's not really necessarily true, because so behind the scenes production for this movie, there was actually quite a lot of practical props going on behind this movie. They
made a lot of props.
Yeah, they even made.
They didn't use them.
No, they didn't use them. They made a whole. They even did make a whole suit for it though. So in a sense, there was a suit for 1998 Godzilla. They didn't use that. Again, they didn't use it, but it was there. I do know some shots though, for like close up, what they did use was an animatronic. They at least kept some of the animatronics in the shot in the movie, but that was for mostly like close-ups, like, you know, like when you're looking at like Godzilla's eye, or like when Godzilla's chopping out a taxi. So that was an animatronic. But yeah, there was actually quite a lot of practical effects going on behind the movie. And then I also want to point out the advertisement. The advertisement for this movie is actually interesting, and honestly, I think, in my opinion, that's kind of the most. I feel like that's the most interesting thing about the movie is the advertisement, because what's interesting is they wanted to keep Godzilla's design a secret. Oh, actually, real quick, I want to go back because I forgot to mention this about Godzilla's design. So when Roland Emmerich he had to present the design to the people at Toho to get the approval to make the movie. When he presented the design to like the heads at Toho, quote from Roland Emmerich, but like I'm paraphrasing here, but like he pretty much said how everyone in the room was just silent for like a good minute or two. Like everyone just kept looking at it and just like nothing said. And eventually like one of the head Toho guys just went, interesting. Listen, we'll call you tomorrow, Mr. Emmerich, and then that's how we'll let you know, if you got go to or not. And so Roland Emmerich, he said himself at the time, he thought that was them, subtly telling him, oh, they don't like it. They didn't like it. It's
well, they did not.
They didn't like it, but the thing was, but the thing was, why they went with it, Nick? Money.
I knew this for no movie.
Well, that and also money, Nick. They wanted that Independence Day money.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So
they knew it's the only way they can.
Yeah.
If they don't approve the design, they can't make the movie.
Yeah.
If they can't make the movie, they can't make the money.
Yeah. American Godzilla has already been through so much production hell. So like at this point, they just gave up. Just do it. Just do it, and so yeah. And then, but we know how. So
you preacher! Gosh damn you! Gosh damn you! Go to hell!
Oh yeah, and then one of the head Toho guys, he did eventually in an interview, he recalled like the reason why they were so quiet was just like they just kept staring at it because they just realized like the design was just so radically different from what they knew. And the thing was like they're like, it was so different that they knew they couldn't make any like adjustments at all. They couldn't ask Roland Emmerich, can you do this a little, tweak this a little bit. They just saw this and like, no, this is a complete redesign. There's nothing we could do to save this. And so the ultimate question they were left with just, do we go with it or not? And they wanted that Independence Day money, so they said yes. They went with it. And so, yeah. But yeah, they didn't like it. In fact, I know like well, actually, I want to get into a little bit. I was gonna say a little bit later when I talk about reception to this movie, but so yeah, which I guess speaking of which, we could go into reception to this movie because I don't really need to tell what happened in the movie, because like, what's this movie? Godzilla 1998 has been torn, front to back, like, by so many people now. We all know the, what's it? I'm trying to think of a word. Fuck. How to describe it? It's like we know the
reception.
Well, yeah, the reputation. There we go.
Reputation.
Yeah, we know the reputation this movie has now, and we know. We all know, the main problems with this movie, especially with the big G Godzilla himself. I will also say this. I told Nick this, as I rewatched Godzilla 1998 recently, and let me tell you, people say, oh, this is a bad Godzilla movie. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I don't think it's just a good movie in general.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think it's a good movie in general. So like, it's not even bad Godzilla movie, good monster movie. It's just, no, I don't think it's a good movie in general. It's kind of eh. So
you know what part kills it for me? The fucking baby Godzillas.
Oh.
we had to fucking stop the plot so we can focus on fucking babies.
Yeah. You know, Roland Emmerich watched Jurassic Park. It's like, oh my gosh, the Velociraptors. We gotta have that. We gotta have that.
It really felt like you just wanted to remake the Lost World.
So we know what, how this movie went. We know its reputation and its critiques and stuff. But I do want to.
Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas.
Oh, where you are? Nice.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you too. Well, it's Christmas Eve where you are.
Yeah.
But still though. But no, but the thing was though, when it comes to reception wise, so we know the reception and reputation this movie has. The thing I want to point out was specifically Japan's reception of this movie. They didn't like it. And that is how we got Godzilla 2000. Because here's the thing, after the Heisei era, Japan, they decide to just take. I don't know if they were gonna just simply take a break, or they just decided that was it for Godzilla in Japan in general. All I know is, after the Heisei era, after Godzilla vs. Destroyer, they agreed to stop producing Godzilla movies, so that way Godzilla can be made in America. So imagine you stop. So hold on real quick. Let me check what year did Godzilla vs. Destroyer come out again? Godzilla vs. Destroyer was 1995. So imagine. And Godzilla 2000 came out 1999, if I'm correct. Even though it's called Godzilla 2000. Yes, 1999. So imagine, Toho, they take a 4-year hiatus from producing any Godzilla movies, so that way America can do it. And imagine you see the American Godzilla, and the hires of Toho, they hate the movie so much that in the span of 1 year after 1998, they rushed out to make a new Godzilla movie of their own. Just to show, no, this is how it's done. That's oh wow. So like, something went wrong there with the reception of the movie. It's like, that ain't good. That's no good. When you like Nick, it's like if after what is it like? It's like after original Bionicle G1 ended, they decide to like take a break, and then like not G2, just a completely new interpretation of Bionicle happened. That's not G2, but it was just so atrocious that Lego just decided, okay, no, literally a year later, we're gonna come back with Bionicle the right way. Like, damn, you really must have messed up there. So yeah, like reception in Japan was not good. In fact, was it one of the suit actors of Godzilla? I believe he was the suit actor for Heisei Godzilla. He
it has no soul.
Actually, that's not far off. He paraphrasing. Yeah. He pretty much just said there was this Godzilla. The movie lacked the soul of Godzilla. Yeah. And so, yeah, so like they didn't like it. In fact, we all know how Toho really didn't like Godzilla 1980 to the point that in Final Wars, when they got the right to use the monster from 1998, they just decided, let's just rebrand him as Zilla. And we're just gonna fucking kill him off. So this movie really left a bad taste in Toho's mouth. But I mentioned earlier how this movie was a financial success. This movie made $379 million worldwide overall with a budget of 130 to 150 million. And that's not including marketing. That's not including marketing. So, here's the thing. It was a profit. Here's the thing. It was still considered a box office disappointment, but it was technically its profit back. It was a profit. I ran an inflation calculator, so $150 million budget-wise. That's excluding marketing. Nowadays, from 1998 to nowadays, we're looking at around over $283 million nowadays in the year of our Lord 2023, and so it made back about $379 million. So nowadays that would be about $714 million. So 700 million compared to 200 million, it's not bad. It's not bad. It made more than its money back. It was considered a profit, but it's still kind of a box office disappointment because if I remember, like, in order for not just a box office, in order for a movie to be profitable nowadays for like $200-something million or budget, and that's excluding marketing, in order to make back a profit, it has to make like 2.5 times its initial money. You remember the Taco Bell ads, DJ? Oh yeah, the Taco Bell ads, yeah. So, and this movie nowadays we're looking at almost a 300 million in budget, and that's excluding marketing. So 300 and making like 700. Yeah, you didn't really make much money. It's weird, these are such large box office is weird, Nick, because you can see these numbers and you realize these are such large numbers, but because of how much money is being dumped into these movies, like, you could get like $500 million, and that would be considered a financial disappointment. It's interesting. It's weird. Maybe we should stop pouring so much money into these movies.
Yeah.
Godzilla 98 was actually pretty popular in Mexico. Really? Oh, interesting.
You'd be surprised what's popular in Mexico.
That's not to say this movie doesn't have, it's not universally hated. There are people out there that do like this movie. I don't. Again, mostly because rewatching it, I just don't think it's a good movie in general. So the Fox TV show was goated. Oh yeah, the TV show though. Nick, Nick, I rewatched the first episode of like the original Godzilla show from Fox TV. I like it, but at the same time, I kind of had whiplash because I was like, there is no way this is the same guy Matthew Broderick played. No fucking way. No, it is not the same guy. Tatopoulos has like his own like full-on like sci-fi headquarters going on with like secret doors and elevators and stuff. It's like, nah, this
Nigel, no.
So it's like, nah, this ain't Matthew Broderick. I'm surprised you remember Nigel.
Tom Kenny.
Oh, I didn't recognize Tom Kenny there. Shit. But yeah, the show was fun though. But like, this movie though, it's Godzilla 1998 is a fascinating case where this movie could be considered a financial success ish. Again, it was still a box office disappointment, but it made back its profit. But at the same time, despite making a lot of money, the fact that the reception to this movie was so poor that they decide we're not doing this ever again. Which is, and it's interesting because nowadays, that would never happen. If this movie came out nowadays and it made back, and then it made as much money as it did then, and that's including inflation, they would be fully on board with making another movie sequel to this, and you know it. So it's interesting how back then a movie that, despite making so much money, the reception was so poor that it outweighed the profit it made. You rarely see that nowadays. Hey, imagine Nick, if like Avengers came out, and we know how much damn money Avengers made, but people hated Avengers so much that they decided that MCU was scrapped from that point forward. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So he actually uses the atomic fire and a lot in the show. Yeah. The original show was cool. But yeah, so 1998 Godzilla, it's kind of a fascinating case. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of fascinating to see like what went on behind the scenes, and then ultimately, because of this movie, people were so resistant to America Godzilla until the MonsterVerse happened. So, yeah. But hey, now we know the MonsterVerse now, pretty dang successful. I've said this already before on the podcast, but I want to repeat it again. The MonsterVerse is kind of a fascinating case where it's kind of arguably the only other cinematic universe to still be around and working and making profit, despite committing the exact same sins a lot of other cinematic universes that fail to committed. It's interesting, like each MonsterVerse movie, like Godzilla or Kong, is just building up to more monsters showing up, and it's like you would think, well, like when it comes to like a cinematic universe, maybe not do that, like otherwise you're gonna have like another Batman versus Superman situation. But at the same time, though, MonsterVerse has still been chugging along, still making money. Godzilla x Kong's coming out next year, so hey. It's interesting. So, yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about 1998 Godzilla. It's not a good movie in general, but it's kind of fascinating to see what went on behind the scenes and how it came to be. I guess moral of the story is Godzilla -1 is still in theaters. Well, you check your theater. Check your theater.
Go see it. Go see it.
check your theater. Check your theater if it's still playing it. It's because its time in America has been extended, and if it's still playing in theaters, you can watch it as a Christmas movie. So there you go. Go watch Godzilla -1 as a Christmas movie. Yeah. So there we go. All right. So I think with that said, then we are going to call it here. Yeah. All right. Oh, I do want to also point out the soundtrack for Godzilla 1990 is honestly not that memorable either. So, yeah. All right. So, with that said, then we will be calling it here. It is Christmas Eve for a lot of you now on the East and Central, but here I still got a little over an hour to go before Christmas Eve. Tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow's actually going to be interesting. So I'm going to actually be out of town for a bit, Nick. So tomorrow, based on like traffic, Sonic Sunday may or may not be happening. Based on traffic and if I can get home in time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to point it out, in case like oh man, I want to do Sonic Sunday tomorrow. So I just want to point it out. I'm gonna be out of town tomorrow. If I come home in time, then yeah, Sonic Sunday is still on. If not, and like based on traffic, then probably not happening. So just wanted to give a heads up there. All right, but if it's still happening, then Sonic Sunday will be going on tomorrow, and most likely Christmas will come on during stream. If it happens tomorrow. If not, then hey, enjoy your Christmas Eve and Christmas. So, with that said then, thank you everyone who came. Until next time, good night! And go watch Godzilla -1. Let me try starting again. Oh, and then stop.